Welcome and bienvenue. Karibu. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Welcome to yet another episode of Sports Central. By now, you know this is the show that brings you your weekly fix of sports action.
Absolutely. So, hey, I hope that you have everything that you need, of course, for us to have a good old time together. Make sure you don't move a muscle. We're your hosts, Mike Mondo.
And I'm Wanjira Longhour. So, what's coming up on the show?
Well, we catch up with the third edition of the Just Be Master Handball Talent Search.
And thereafter, we find out from one of the nation's top rugby match officials all about his experiences in the game.
And then we go back in time and follow up with the Pink Horns in our three-part docu-series, Charging with the Pink Horns.
But first, a look at what's coming up.
Firstly, we catch up with members of the KPL All-Stars as they get back from two fixtures played in Spain, courtesy of La Liga's partnership with SportPesa.
We are coming from very, very far, and that is why the trips and the exposure for both the players and the officials are so important.
And despite the losses, there were a lot of positives from the two matches played.
We learned a lot in terms of how these guys they handle the situation both on and off the ball, in terms of speed, in terms of movement, in terms of defending. For sure we learned a lot, and I believe that that experience that we got there, of course, if we bring it in our Kenya national team in terms of CHAN and AFCON qualifier, I know that we're going to get great results.
We do it next year. We do it 2019. I am telling you, in Tokyo 2020, we have a chance. In 2022, we have a chance. We are here to stay because 2022 for us is a long-term dream, and we really want to achieve that dream.
Kwa wale watu ambaye mnapenda handball, well, this next story should be interesting for you. We take you to Kaloleni and join in on a talent search in the sport of handball that was organized by Just Be Master.
That's right, and quite an interesting match indeed it was, especially when you saw all those young guys coming out and showing us what they're really made of. Well, why don't I let you take a look for yourself?
We're here today for the Nairobi Talent Search Handball. We started the Just Be Master Handball Talent Search from Kakamega. Then we went to Mombasa, and now we're in Nairobi. The Just Be Master Handball Talent Search is also about sports for peace, whereas this year, election year, we're trying to spread through sportsmen to spread the peace.
The tournament is intended to identify potentials or handballers with their great potential so that they can be brought together, put up in some sort of academy, nurtured well, and where possible also secure clubs for these handballers outside the country.
So we're here today to help not only talent but also give us partial scholarship to talented kids and the less fortunate also.
The JBM thing is a good stuff, since it will expose us. We had about a friendly with a team from Denmark, which is a good thing. If we win here, then we'll be able to meet them somewhere, maybe a friendly or such, yeah.
The turnout in Nairobi has been actually good. I'd like to thank our partners for coming through. Also the Federation, KHF Federation, they help us planning the tournament. And well, we can say so far so good.
We have seen the talents, we have seen the raw talents from all the clubs that have been around. And I think we are going to achieve what we want.
I expect to be spotted, and also as a team we have very good players.
Then for now, when we get the winners from these Kakamega, Nairobi and Mombasa, we're going to invite international teams. So we're not only looking at local, but we want to broaden our wings a little bit. That's how we grow, by challenging other people who play in a different style or different culture.
Handball helps women grow, and this is good because it also helps them understand themselves better and become better leaders in the future. I am one of them.
Handball is really moving forward. We are really moving very fast. And with this kind of initiatives, like the JBM program, we also have partnership where we are working partnership with the Egyptian Handball Federation. I would say that handball is really, really moving forward. What we need to do now is probably come up with academies. We are trying to talk to our branches now. This is the next step, whereby we want to see whether we can have academies in all our probably all our counties if possible, and then from there we make sure that we come up with the National Academy, working together with the Ministry of Sports, and also engage in international events.
I believe these are some of the initiatives that we as the Kenyan youths, we as the players, we as a country need to, just to be able to put talents into practice. So the organizers, personally I like to appreciate the organizers of this tournament. Well organized, the officiators were good, the teams were well organized, timings were perfect. And I would encourage that even more sponsors, if need be, will come and share into making this country and the youth agenda of this country a success.
Serious Handball Club, and you are watching Sports Central.
Well, welcome back yet again to Sports Central. Of course, this is the show that gives you your weekly fix of sports action. So how about it, Mike? Simbas definitely got that victory over Zimbabwe. I'm proud.
It was a good match. And as the hashtag says, Simba ni moja, it's always a good way to silence the critics.
That's Simba ni moja indeed. Our next story is highlighting one of the nation's top rugby match officials. I'm talking about Constant Cap. He let us in on what attracted him to match officiating in the first place, as well as some of his interesting experiences in the game. Check it out.
One thing about rugby refereeing is that it's much more about understanding and managing the game than policing it. My name is Constant Cap, rugby referee with the Kenya Rugby Union and a member of the Kenya Rugby Referee Society. I've been involved in the game since 1989 when I was in Standard 2, when we were introduced into rugby at school. I studied at Strathmore School in Nairobi. And since then, I've been involved in the game at different levels. Constant Cap, a very interesting name. It's a name of Belgian origin, from the north of Belgium, which is where my dad comes from. And Constant was basically my grandfather's name. From Standard 2 to Form 4 was basically playing the game at primary school level and secondary school level, where we took part in the Prescott Cup way back in the 1990s. And since then, I've been an active match official. It's been quite a good number of years. I've gained lots of experience. I've done lots of league matches, internationals, school games, sevens tournaments, both here and outside the country. It's been quite demanding, but also lots of fun. highlights of my refereeing career would be this year and last year's Kenya Cup final. Last year was my first time to do a Kenya Cup final, and I also did this season's final between Kabras and KCB. Last year I got to do the Africa Cup 1B final between Tunisia and Senegal. I also got to referee in the Junior World Rugby Trophy in 2009. When I joined refereeing, it was a very voluntary role for ex-players and people who are giving back to the game. That has changed over time because of lots of trainings, and also the World Rugby has invested quite a lot in ensuring that match officials and coaches also are well trained doing the various courses. And the different levels we have level 1, level 2, level 3. At the moment, I'm one of the 4 level 3 referees in the country. One thing about rugby refereeing is that it's much more about understanding and managing the game than policing it. You want the players to enjoy, you want the fans to enjoy. You don't want to be the center stage of activity. You don't want to be, the person who everybody is putting his attention to. People should have their attention to the ball.
And the referee's arm is out, meaning it's advantage to the Sugar Millers.
As a young ref, I always looked up to people like Andre Watson, Marius Yonka, Wayne Barnes, who I've had a chance to run touch for. Craig Juba also, who I had a chance to run touch for a few years back in Namibia. And then over the years also, I've had a chance of becoming friends with some of these top referees, like Rasta Rashivenga, a very nice fellow who we're good friends with. And always, whenever I have a chance to watch them, there's always a lot to learn from them. Last year I had the opportunity to represent the country at the Referees High Performance Camp, South African Referees High Performance Camp, where I got to spend about 4 days with all the top South African referees and get the same training with them. For me now, where I've reached, it's just to try to maintain to be at my best. For someone who's interested in officiating, the best thing would just to come to us, the Kenya Rugby Referees Society. You can find us on Facebook. Just write to us and tell us that you're interested in being a match official. I'll just ask people to support the national team. I think that's the ultimate team we have in the game of rugby. Both the 15s and the 7s, no matter what the results are, let's support them.
Well, I gotta tell you, Mike, it was so interesting to learn about, match officiating, the refs. I mean, no one really knows what the refs are ever up to.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. In fact, I think it's another aspect of the sport that people could actually get to, join in on.
And benefit from, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's switch gears to, of course, Rhino Charge and take a look at an all-ladies team that silenced all the critics by participating in an extremely challenging off-road competition.
Yes, that's right. Let's go back in time so that we can look at the Pink Horns again. Charging with the Pink Horns, our docuseries, was beloved, and I think we need to really inspect what proved to be too big a challenge for even the big boys.
I'm a runner for the Pink Horns.
I like to get things done in an orderly manner.
Like more of a daredevil.
One way to describe me would be problem solver.
I'm Glenna, a driver of Pink Horns.
I'm Emmy. I'm a front runner. My name is Lily Dodia. I'm a runner for the Pink Horns.
I used to be a tomboy, and the funny thing is, like growing up, I grew up here in Kenya, and my younger sister, Glyza, made me into a girl. So I never used to wear
skirts or dresses. I was always playing out with the boys, you know. And I guess that's how I got my fun for the outdoors and driving big cars. We've got different personalities in our team. So I'm the cool, calm, collected person. She is also cool and calm, but she's got direction. Like she would tell us, you know what, girls, this is where we're going. And then we've got Nili, who is like the butch of the
she's
team.
She's fire. Glenna is the calmest driver I have ever met. Probably one of the best lady drivers ever.
Emmy she has stamina for days. She is very, very mentally strong and physically as well.
We came together for this.
Yeah. This is what brought us together.
We make a lovely team.
Pink horns. So, I mean, we did a lot of research and just went on with what the current teams are named. And who or how should we represent ourselves as an all-women's team. And yeah, I think pink is the girliest color there is, and I think it just fell in right in place. Yeah.
The pet name we have for this car is called Kobe Berry, but that's because the original name of it is Kobe, so Pole Pole Kama Kobe.
Yeah.
But we think because it's pink horns, it's purple in color, it looks like a berry, so Kobe Berry.
I guess I could love this car because it did help us go through the toughest thing I think I've ever mentally put myself through. So yeah, this is the only car I love.
I've never really had a love for cars. It wasn't on my priority, but until we started doing the mechanics of this car is when I got to understand the car so much better and what they can do and how they can perform and the engine and the horsepower. And that's when I started understanding the car, I kind of started recognizing an amazing, dope car to a not so dope car.
They approach me because they know I love to drive off-roading and traveling across Kenya. I love long distance driving, so I guess it was an easy pick for me, which was really good because I didn't have to walk and run outside the car. I think Emmy loves running.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'd rather be outside than in the car.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, I think she chose that on her own. Nimi also knew a little bit of navigation, so she took part as our...
Yeah, she was experienced because her husband's also been taking part.
Exactly.
So she was the best person to be navigator at the time.
Yeah. And then we have Fatima, Gliza, and Nili, who also are our short and long runners. And they love also running and taking hikes, so that's how it started.
So what kept us going as a team is, one, each other. I think we have a really good chemistry as a team.
We've bonded like a family.
Yeah. No.
And so we kind of feel like we need to see each other. Yeah. And yeah, despite ups and downs, like anyone would in any family, we're here to do the charge, and we're here to enjoy it more than anything. And we enjoy it with each other, so...
Yeah, thoroughly.
Why not?
So we were sitting having dinner and we're like, yeah, next year we're joining the Rhino Charge. And he's like, yeah, please guys, you guys can't do it. You're too soft, you're too this, you're too that. We're like, okay, you watch us.
Challenge.
Watch us. And then Nimi got in touch with Nili, Gliza, and Glenna, and we put the team together.
She told the guy she went on a date with that she's part of a Rhino Charge team, which she wasn't. And then
just to seem badass.
Just to seem badass. And then a week later, she told everyone. She's like, I need to be a part of this because I've just told this guy that I'm part of this team.
Go Unicorns!
Well, unfortunately, we've come to that point where we have to say kwaheri. But before we do so, let's go ahead and take a look at some interesting stuff on this social.
Well, the connoisseur is bigging up this show and saying there's no better way to wrap up a lovely day than with Sports Central. Thank you, honey.
And then I see you up on Facebook, naona Jefferson Kirui. You're saying you're excited about the new Premier League season and Chelsea in particular. Well, I'm just going to say all the best to you, Baba. I don't know. I'm on a different team.
Hey, that's my boo right there. Knows what time it is. Chelsea in the house. Well, it's time for us to leave you with our internet find of the day. And it's pretty brilliant, actually. It's the Simbas giving their victory dance after kicking Zimbabwe to the curb. You know what it is, Pookie? Come on, lead us out.
Until next time,
Keep it Sports Central.